Hello my guys, hello my guys. I'm gonna say hello my friends. Hello my guys, my dudes, my dudettes. How are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Ella. I am a 26-year-old gal living in Adelaide. I just recently started a part-time job as a travel agent, and I also decided to go part-time with my social media. So if you don't mind giving this video a thumbs up, it really helps my channel out. And I really appreciate it. Yeah, so a lot of change around here, getting back into the travel industry and also navigating being self-employed. Like I've been self-employed for a while, but actually relying on that for my income somewhat. Yeah, it's a season of change, but a lot of exciting things going on. I do a lot of lifestyle content, lots of vlogs, as well as budgeting and money related videos. I do these monthly resets every single month where I go through my goals and reflect on the previous month, and then also do my budget for the month as well. So we have a lot to cover. I can't believe it's already nearly February. I also cannot say the word February. I don't know what it is. I just have like a bit of a mental block about it. February. But there's an R in it. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, the month of Feb. I can't believe it's already the month of Feb. I don't know where January went, but she's been and gone, and we're suddenly almost in a new month. So I thought I would kick things off by reflecting on my highs and lows from this month. I've gone ahead and filled out this January reflection page from my 2023 planner, and I thought I would share it with you guys because sometimes I'm definitely guilty of just like going through the motions. The month just flies by, and then suddenly it's a new month and I'm focusing on the new goals and new things that I want to accomplish, and not really taking a step back and realizing what I've actually done. It's so easy to get swept up in the future and achieving goals and attaining certain things. And I'm definitely guilty of not recognizing what I've actually done or what this month has meant for me. Not even in a goal sense, but just like for me personally. I just want to like check in with myself more, really show more gratitude, and really just like soak it all in rather than just go through the motions of life. Things that I've not only accomplished, but also things that I can work on as well. So first prompt is what I'm grateful for this past month. First thing I said is my new job. Just being part of a supportive, calm, just like good workplace with good energy. Like that's something I do not take for granted at all. I feel like I've definitely had my fair share of interesting workplaces over the last couple of years, and to just be in an environment that feels good, like it's nice. I feel like I can be myself. I feel supported. I feel excited. Like I'm excited about my job. Talking about travel all day is just like the best thing ever, and there's just so many components that go along with being a travel agent that I just enjoy so much. The people aspect and the finance aspect. I love organizing. I love planning. So it's really a dream job, and I'm so excited to be back into it. I did work as a travel agent previously before the pandemic hit, but it was short-lived. I worked there for like 10 months, I want to say, and then Miss Rona hit. So it's really good to be back. I'm also grateful for another great month on social media. Not necessarily like money-wise. I didn't have a great month AdSense-wise or numbers-wise. Like my channel didn't grow exponentially. Like it wasn't a great month in that sense. Like still a good month, but not like out of this world. More in the sense of like the community and just the interaction that I get to have with you guys. This month I met so many of you guys. Well, I say so many more of you guys in person than I usually do, probably because I got out of the house a lot more this month. But yeah, just being able to meet you guys in person is like one of the coolest things ever. I never thought in a million years that I would be doing this part-time. Like this would be a source of income, like a chunk of my income. I really never thought. I know everyone says that, but I really did not. I've been doing this for the longest time, and it's always been a hobby. So to be in this position and to be doing something that I love so much, I'm just so grateful. Next thing is accomplishments I'm proud of this month. I already kind of talked about this in my weekly vlog, but yeah, just sticking with my upload schedule, sticking to uploading weekly while working 40 hours a week and doing everything else. I'm pretty proud of myself for that, especially while training, because anyone that started a new job, you know, when you're training and learning, like it's so exhausting. And then also I'd had like 6 weeks of downtime, so I was out of the routine. I'm also really proud of how much we saved this month. You guys will see when I get into my budget reflection, but she was a good month. And then also moving my body every day and making sure I was prioritizing myself and my movement. I went for a walk literally every single day this month, and it felt really good. I feel weird talking about this, like things I'm proud of. Why does it make me feel so uncomfortable? This is part of it. Like I just need to own my accomplishments. Like own it, sis. There's absolutely nothing wrong with praising yourself. Things that I can improve on. This will be easy to talk about because I can be self-deprecating. I really need to nail down my routine. It's been a little bit off, obviously, just a lot of changes the last few months. Yeah, just nailing down a good solid morning routine would be ideal. And then also my water intake. I've been really bad about drinking water recently and my skin is paying the price. That's the biggest thing I notice when I don't drink enough water. My skin is the first to hear about it. So yeah, just making sure I'm drinking enough water. I go through phases where I'll be so on top of my water intake. I'll drink like 4 of these a day. And then other months, like this past month, where I barely have a sip of water. Yeah, gotta get better about that this month. And then habits I want to work on next month, getting back into the gym. I will talk more about that when I go through my goals for this month. But yeah, getting back into the gym and also my skincare routine because my skin is really bad right now. So we're gonna try and up our water intake and then also look after our skin. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about January and my January goals, shall we? For my social media goals, I wanted to post 1 to 2 times a week on YouTube, which we successfully did. I also wanted to hit 45,000 subscribers on YouTube. We didn't quite get there, but that's fine. I did sign 2 new sponsors, so we can tick that off. For my finance goals, I wanted to save $5,000 this month, which we did do. We actually saved a lot more than that, which we'll talk about. Stick to my budget and track everything. Like, I definitely tracked everything. I did a really good job of tracking all my expenses with my new budgeting template, which I'm loving. And I would say for the most part, we stuck to our budget. We definitely hit all of our savings goals, which is like the main thing. Didn't have 1 no spend day a week, definitely not, but I did read every day. I started reading a self-help book. I started reading Atomic Habits, but I haven't finished it. So also didn't try a new recipe every week. Didn't establish a good nighttime routine. We're getting there, we're working on it, but yeah, definitely not like a solid routine, but we did have a date night. And then for my health and wellness goals, my only goal was to close all my rings 6 to 7 days each week, which we did do. So all in all, it wasn't a bad month. All right, I thought rather than doing my normal, like setting my goals, getting some why can't I not speak today? Getting some cute B-roll footage and then just me sitting here like reading my goals out, we would set our goals together. So this is gonna be like real time, me just kind of talking through what I'm thinking for this month. I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional about the goals I'm setting every month and actually referring back to my goals for the year and what I want to achieve in 2023 and not just setting goals for the sake of setting goals. Especially when it comes to doing these reset videos, sometimes I feel the pressure to like whip a goal out of my ass. There's no like intention or desire. Like I just don't have the motivation to achieve it. I'm just setting it for the sake of setting it and like trying to work on myself and better myself. But if I don't really care that much, like I'm not gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? It's a fine line between like being disciplined and self-improvement. I feel like if I'm talking through my goals and setting them with you guys, it'll just be a little bit more intentional and there'll be more thought behind the goals that I'm setting rather than just setting them for the sake of it. So I'm gonna refer back to my goals for 2023 and just see kind of what we want to achieve. I did a whole 2023 reset video. I'll have that link down below. I basically have 4 separate areas of my life that I want to work on: my personal goals, health and wellness, business, and financial goals. So I've gone ahead and set them up in my Steph Pace signature planner. I always get questions about this whenever I show it in a reset video. It's a great planner. I love it. The one thing I don't love and I really wish they kept is the monthly goal page. That was like the main thing that I used it for. Instead, we've got this brain dump page, which operates the same. Yeah, I've gone ahead and color coded my little titles because you know me, love a color coding moment. I usually try and correlate the color with whatever's on my Google Cal, so that way it kind of matches. I want to do a whole video on how I plan and like organize my life, but I don't know. Does anyone want to see that? I don't know. Let me know. Okay, this is one I can work on. Read 25 books. That's my goal for 2023. So if we break that down, 2-ish books per month. So we'll try and read 2 books. And then to kind of go along with that and working on building good habits and establishing a good routine, which is one of my goals. I think just like reading every day would be a good goal to set, especially before bed. It's just, biggest game changer. I sleep so much better. This is one that I set last month, but we didn't quite get to, but I want to try one new recipe every week. I just want to do a daily tidy, a 15-minute daily tidy. We'll start with 15 minutes and then see how we go. We had a rental inspection recently, so we did a whole like deep clean, unpacked a bunch of stuff that was still left over in boxes. So everything feels so nice and fresh, and I want to try and keep it that way. I think that's all for personal goals. Maybe we'll come back to it. For my business goals, goals. I want to sign 2 new sponsors for the upcoming months. I think I signed 3 last month, which was amazing. If we can keep that momentum going, that would be ideal. I'll upload twice a week. This is a big one. The intention behind me going part-time is that I do have extra time to focus on my channel, and if I can upload an extra video a week, that would be really, really good. So I'm going to try and push for 2 videos a week and see how we go. Kind of going hand in hand, I would really like to hit 45,000 subscribers on YouTube. I try and steer away from too many numerical goals, especially when it comes to social media, because it's literally outside of my control. Like, I cannot control the numbers. The only thing I can control is the content that I'm putting out and how often I'm putting it out and how consistent I am. So look, if we don't hit it, it's fine. Like, we didn't hit it last month. It's not a big deal, but I think it's just, I don't know, it's fun to track and it's fun to get excited, and 45,000 just sounds like a beautiful, nice round number. Would also love to hit 9,000 followers on Instagram. I love Instagram. It's just so fun. So if you're not following me on there, you know what to do. And then again, going hand in hand with that, posting on Instagram more. I'm not even going to say how often because it's a fun thing. Like, I shouldn't be forcing myself to post, but yeah, just posting on Instagram more than I have been and just sharing more of my life. I think we'll leave it at that. What else did I did a February monthly overview. What else do I want to do? Quick daily tidy. Gym. Oh, I want to join the gym. This is a big one. I've been umming and ahhing for the longest time about what gym I want to join, and I think I finally made my decision. So I'm going to join, get back into the gym. It's been like 6 months maybe since I last went to the gym. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It was just like not a priority for me. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I feel like I have a bit of a mental block about it. I will obviously bring you guys along for that whole experience and document me getting back into it. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be really good for my mental health, and now I have the time. Like, I just simply did not have the time before, but now I will have a lot better work-life balance, and I can. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Joining the gym. And then just to ease back into it, just going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, I think would be a really good place to start. I think sometimes when it comes to setting goals, often you'll get a little bit carried away and like so motivated and like ready to conquer the world. Like, I'm gonna go to the gym 6 days a week. Hun, you haven't been to the gym for at least 6 months. Like, let's settle down. Let's keep it realistic, because if I don't go to the gym 6 days a week, which I know I won't, like I just won't, then I'm just gonna lose motivation and lose that momentum. Whereas if I set an achievable, realistic goal like twice a week, it's so much more achievable and attainable, and that will really keep me motivated. So yeah, 2 to 3 times a week would be lovely, but just easing back into it, quite honestly, because I'm a little bit terrified. I also want to work on my morning routine, also making sure I'm consistent across all working days. So when I'm in office working my part-time job as a travel agent, and then also when I'm working my days from home for myself, just keeping that consistency across the week. Okay, I think that's it. And then for my finance goals, I'm going to come back to them after I've gone through my budget and see what we're working with, and then set some realistic financial goals. Like, I don't want to say let's save $3,000 if I'm not going to have $3,000 to save. So yeah, I'll come back to my finance goals after I'm done with the budgeting and see what we have to work with. So here is a quick snapshot of my goals for February. Bit of a location change. I'm in my office now at my desk, so I can feel like a little professional as I go through my budget. What do we think of the setup? Do we like it? Let me know. Just keep things fun and fresh. You know me, I like to keep you guys on your toes. As always, I'll start by reflecting on the previous month, for the month of January. January is another month that I really struggled to say as well. I don't know if it's just me. It probably is. Thank God we have March and April coming up. Am I right? Yeah, January was an incredible month. It was already projected to be a really good month, but the actual amount that we made was insane. I don't know what it, well, I know what it is, and I'll get into like the breakdown of everything, but yeah, a really, really good month. I don't know, I feel weird almost talking about it. I never want it to come across as like showy offy or like me trying to brag or that. I feel like I'm filming a what I got for Christmas video circa 2014. Not trying to brag in any way, shape or form. If you don't want to watch this video, you can click off now. Okay, I just never want it to come across a certain way, but I started these videos in the spirit of transparency, and I want to continue doing them and be honest about numbers, good and bad, the good, the bad and the ugly, for as long as I can. This was just a good month, a very good month, which coming off the back of me not working for 6 weeks was actually really nice. So Nick's paycheck was, both of them were a lot higher than I was expecting. He just started as a comment, so he has higher pay for the time being. That may go back down, who knows, we will see. And then my paycheck, I don't know what was going on. I can't even check my payslip until I'm back at work next week. So I have no idea what the situation is with that. I made way more than I was expecting. I don't know if it was just like an error on their end. Maybe they gave me a 2 instead of a 1, possibly. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. Or in maybe 3 weeks pay. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but we're gonna go with it. And then we can always adjust if it was like an overpayment or something. And then social media wise, I made a little bit more than I was expecting as well, which is maybe this was definitely the best month I've had on social media probably ever. AdSense wise, it was a really good month. I got my payout from December and January, and December was a really good month. It usually is on YouTube. And then I also had a couple of brand sponsorships come through as well. So yeah, a really, really good month. All thanks to you guys. Like, I know people say it all the time, but I really would not be in this position without you guys. And then surveys, I cashed out $396.35. This is also including any sign up bonuses as well. Full transparency, I didn't just make nearly $400 from doing online service. I mean, I guess you could. So all in all, very good month. That does also include my rollover from the month before. Bills wise, it was pretty standard, nothing really out of the ordinary. Our phone bill was still $135.28, but that will probably be going up next month because I got a new phone. I actually don't know what our phone bill will be. We'll have to figure that out. Home insurance, I will be swapping very shortly, and the next payment hasn't come out for that, so that was 0. And then all of my monthly and quarterly bills, I'm really struggling with what to do because I want to track them so I can see what we're paying across the year. For example, gas is like a quarterly bill. I set aside $40 for gas, which we just put into our bills account. So when those quarterly or monthly bills come out, the money's just sitting there. So I technically didn't spend it, and I want to document what that would be. So say next month, the quarterly bill comes in and it's $67. This will then show up in my annual totals, which is what I want to see. So I can like track how much we're spending on all those things. But then when technically I'm not spending $40 on it, I don't know. But I'm setting that money aside. So originally I'd set it up with like a sinking fund in this bills account, but we're not saving that money. So I'm really conflicted about what to do, whether or not to just like come to terms with the fact that I probably can't track it the way that I want to, or the numbers to be skewed slightly because they're going towards those bills. I don't know. I mean, we didn't pay $67 towards the gas, but we did have an electricity bill that was $94.27. Normally we set aside $120, but we do also pay for electricity, gas, water, and council rates on our property that we're building. So we're also paying for that as well. Anyway, I don't know. This template is still very new to me. I actually have a discount code for you guys to use. This isn't sponsored in any way, shape or form. The owner of the Etsy store actually gave me a coupon code to share with you guys. It's just smileycitrus70. So I'll have it down below along with the link if anyone is interested in purchasing it. Like I said, not sponsored, but just sharing the love. Thanks, Mum. Mummy Citrus reacted to your story. She literally does that every single time I post an Instagram story. I love the love. Don't get me wrong, it's very sweet. I know a lot of you guys have either downloaded it or have already been using this template for a while. So if you have any suggestions on how I can kind of track that, maybe I'm missing something. Like I said, it's still very new to me. I'm still figuring it out. My January budget with the video, I completely misread the numbers and I had to go back and adjust after uploading the video. But yeah, spent $94.27 on electricity. Otherwise, everything else was like as per normal. Most of these bills we just put into our bills account, and I would really like to know how I can track that whilst also still tracking how much we've actually spent when those bills come through. Maybe I'm asking for too much, I don't know. Subscriptions was normal. Oh, we did have our Amazon Prime subscription. I was going to cancel that in January, but Nick wanted it for a couple more months because he's watching a series on there, so that's fine. Let's have a look at our expenses. I'm seeing a lot of red here, which is a little alarming, but we did also make a considerable amount more than we were expecting. This is kind of where lifestyle creep perhaps comes in a little bit, when you know that you're making more, so you naturally spend a little bit more. I also think it was me not really budgeting very efficiently. Groceries, oh, we went over this month. That's interesting. Normally we're really good about sticking to our grocery budget. I am surprised. We'll have to get into that. Eating out, we went over. We spent $549.67. That did also include our anniversary dinner, and this again is like me not budgeting correctly. The anniversary dinner alone was like $250. We went to Fugazi, which was incredible. Would definitely recommend if you live in Adelaide or if you're ever visiting. It's so good, but that was like a $250 dinner. So if we hadn't spent that, then we would be right on budget. Clothing, I spent $9.50. That was on like some no-show socks, so truly thriving. Home, $61.96, a little bit over on that. Gifts, I didn't budget anything for. I spent $17. Couldn't tell you what that is, but we'll see. Coffee, $190.45, so I was $15.50 over, which if you saw my what I spent in a week video, that this is fine. I'm okay with that. I thought it'd be a lot less. So health, we spent $27.50. That was on some vitamins. Entertainment, we were over. We were under for social and rideshare this month, which is good. Alcohol, a little bit over. Metro card, I spent $60, which is fine. I forgot that I would be going to work every single day and needing to recharge my Metro card. Books, I spent $12.99. Makeup, I spent nothing. And then miscellaneous category, I definitely need to up next month as well. We definitely overspent or spent more than I budgeted for, $631.14 over budget. This is what I love about this template, because I don't think every dollar ever showed that. I would see like all the categories that we'd overspent in or underspent in, but then you never got like an overall figure of how much you'd actually spend versus what you budgeted. So I can see here like it hasn't evened out completely. I mean, I can sit here and come up with 1,000,001 excuses, but we just spent more than we were expecting to. But we also made more than we were expecting to, and I think when you compare the figure that we overspent by, so $631.14, and then the difference between our income, we made almost $3,500 more than we were expecting to. Yes, there is a bit of lifestyle creep, I guess, for the month. Like, we obviously knew that we were making a little bit more, so we were spending a little bit more frivolously, but they haven't completely cancelled each other out. We've still been able to save extra money as well. So in terms of our savings this month, we did hit our savings goal for the year, which was to get our emergency fund to $15,000. This was one of my big financial goals for 2023. So to have done it in the first month of the year is pretty cool. Yeah, basically any extra money, we just chucked it apart from the extra $630 that we overspent. But otherwise, yeah, everything kind of went towards the emergency fund this month. I just wanted to smash it out. It's probably something that we'll revisit later down the track, maybe towards the end of this year, when we're in a bit of a different position. For now, I am very, very happy that we've done that. It feels pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. New car, we also saved $12.30 more than we were expecting, which was always nice. And then I also put $2,000 towards my rainy day fund. And this is essentially money that I can dip from if I need to, if I have like a slower month on my social media. Just with like the inconsistency, I know people say all the time that social media is so inconsistent. The proof was in the pudding. Like, I made $6,500 on social media this month, and next month it will not be looking like that. So just to kind of take the pressure off a little bit and just to lessen the blows of those slower months. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's very inconsistent. There's definitely highs and lows. So it's good to have another $2,000 just sitting there for when it is a bit slower. So yeah, we saved $8,241 this month, which is pretty good. Pretty good. The only debt that we really have is our mortgage, and that was pretty much what we expected. I've talked enough about our mortgage, I feel like. So yeah, that was the month of January. Let's have a quick look at our expenses. Look, nothing really noteworthy. I'll have a look at the breakdown because you can see like when did I spend my money. January 19th, $310.25. What did we do on the 19th of January? That was our anniversary, so I would say probably eating out. Oh, we got tickets to go see Hairspray the musical, so that was $155.75. This chart is so cool. It's really cool to see like the ebbs and flows of when we're spending money. Like, it's obvious that we're at work on these days because we're spending a lot less, and then it like shoots up over the weekend. I think it'd be really cool to see this at the end of next month and kind of compare the two and see if there's any correlation between like what time of the month that we spend more money. Like, does my menstrual cycle have anything to do with it? Because I was definitely on my period right here. But yeah, that's kind of a breakdown of everything. We've got the little pie chart where most of my money goes. 27.2% on our emergency fund, 15.6% on rent, 12.8% rainy day fund, 12.7% on the new car. Like, a lot going towards our savings, which is really cool to see. 8.8% on the mortgage, 3.5% on eating out, groceries, coffee, 1.2%. Nothing. It's nothing. Okay, let's do my budget for February. I've officially taken this laptop off the stand because I cannot type like this. I need a little keyboard that's separate. Anyway, maybe I'll add that to my budget. It's feeling very fresh, very sparse. I don't know if there's a way of copying everything over so I don't have to manually input everything again. I guess I could just like copy and paste. Like I said, I'm new to this. Nick's paycheck, let's have a look. His payday will be the... Bless you! Whoa, why do you sound like you're on a microphone? Okay, that will be the 1st, and then the second one will be on the 15th, and then my paycheck, I'll be getting 2 this month. I know, look out. I guess we'll be in between, so the 8th and the 22nd. And then I always put my social media payday as the 22nd as well, because that's usually when my AdSense comes through. Surveys will just cash out at the end of the month. I don't think there'll be any miscellaneous income this month. So paycheck wise, I'm going to say $700. It's still a little bit up in the air because his last couple of paychecks. Who was trying to call me? No, sorry. It's going to be a no from me. Yeah, the last 2 paychecks in January also included a little bit of leave loading. So I'm actually not sure what the total figure is. So we'll go to $750 actually, because I think that'll be a more accurate number. As for my pay, again, a little bit up in the air. I don't know if I've been overpaid accidentally or if that was for 3 weeks pay. So we're gonna have to look into that. But my usual paychecks with me working 3 days a week, I think will be around $1,100 a fortnight. I think. Don't quote me, but I think. And then social media, let's have a look at my AdSense. It was a pretty slow month on YouTube, just with like, I mean, January usually is, and then me also only uploading a few times this month. We'll say 2,000 just to play it safe. And then surveys will say 100. And then monthly rollover, let's have a look at what we have left. We still have a couple more days left of the month. I'm gonna say like 250, 300. We'll go 300. Cool. So that gives us $10,100. Rent is always $2,440. Gas, we'll say 40. Electricity, 120. Water, 70. Like I said, there's probably an easier way of doing this. 94, internet 79, phone, I'm gonna say 165. I really have no idea what our phone bill will be now. We'll say 45 for home insurance. Car insurance is $63.90. Private health is $177.52. And then the gym will likely go up as well, because as I said, I want to join the gym this month. So we'll just times what we're paying right now by 2, 75.56 times 2. Ooh, that hurts a little. 131.12. In the name of health, mental health, physical health, all the healths. And then our mortgage is always the same every month. It's $1,374.33, and that comes out on the 2nd of every month. And then our build comes out on the 12th, and that one is usually around like $350 to $400, so we'll say $400 just with rising interest rates. Cool, let's have a look at our expenses. Groceries, I'm gonna give us an extra little bit. Feeling generous this month, just because last month we went over, which is so surprising. I don't think we've ever been over our grocery budget, like maybe ever. We're usually like very $4.40, almost to the cent. Eating out, what did we budget last month? 300, and we spent $5.50. I'll say 300 again, just because we don't plan on having another anniversary dinner, hopefully not. This month, I don't know what anniversary we'll be celebrating if we do. Petrol, how much did we spend last month? 146. We'll say 175. Clothing, I'm gonna say like 100 in case I feel like treating myself. Home, we'll go 50. Gifts, we have a couple of birthdays next month. We'll say 100 for gifts. Coffee, I'm gonna go 170. I feel like that's, oh, yeah, 170. Health, I'm gonna say 50, just in case anything pops up. Takeaway, we'll go 130. Entertainment, this was our downfall last month. Not that I plan on going to see Hairspray the musical this next month, but you never know. So let's say like 100. Social, we'll go 150. Alcohol, we'll go 100. Metro card, I'm gonna say 70. Rideshare, 50. Books, 30. Makeup, maybe 30. I think I'm running out of a couple of products, like my mascara is running out. And miscellaneous, we'll say 100. Okay, I feel like that's a little bit more realistic. Just going off that. Yeah. I can work with that. Okay. Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, savings. Duh. So the amount that we have left over after our bills, expenses, and debt is $2,745.13. So this is going right into the savings. We don't need to save for the emergency fund anymore. Let's have a look at our sinking funds. We've got emergency fund, which was fully funded, 15,000. House fund, which is at 20,000. New car, I would like to really work on because our car is truly on its last wheels. She's definitely seen better days, and I think that's probably our #1 priority. So I think maybe all of it towards our car, honestly. Actually, just quickly while we're at it, I'm gonna have a look at our net worth tracker, because one of my other financial goals this year is to try and increase our overall net worth by $50,000. Our goal amount would be $190,000 by the end of this year. And we're tracking pretty well so far. I think we were just under $140,000 last month. So we've done well. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh no, $137,652, and now we're 100. Okay, we'll be increased by 10,000. Love that. Anyway, going back to the budget, I think all of our savings this month will just go towards the new car. So what was it? $2,745 and 13 cents. 4, 5 and 13 cents. And that should be an every dollar budget, baby. Everything is at zero. That feels pretty good. I actually want to have a look at our graph from last month, because all the graphs are now filled out, which is really cool. Like our savings here, you can see we saved 52.7% of our income last month. And then you can see like how much we budgeted versus how much we actually spent or saved. Bills is a little bit misconstrued because we actually put that money aside in our bills account. Subscriptions was like, I can barely see a graph because it's such a little amount. Expenses, we were a little bit over, you can see in that graph. Savings though, we were up a lot more, and then debt was like on par. That's really cool to see. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video here, but thank you guys so much for joining me for my February reset. I always have so much fun filming these videos. I really hope you guys enjoy watching them and seeing them every month. If you do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also leave a comment down below and let me know what one of your goals are for this coming month. I'm not gonna try and say February again because it just doesn't sound right. You know when you say a word as well like too many times, it just starts sounding all wrong. Also, if you're feeling brave and if you feel like sharing, I would love to know what one of your biggest expenses was for this past month. Other than like boring rent, mortgage and bills, ours was definitely that anniversary dinner. That really did a number on us. But it's not every day that you celebrate surviving 5 years together. So cheers to that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so. Also follow me over on my Instagram as well if you want to keep up with me and my life. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you very, very soon for another video. Bye guys.